Today, I want to share my perspective and the value that I see in one of the sentence and the quotes that Bob Proctor, who I used to be a part of, a consultant, facilitating his material thinking into result. And Bob is known as somebody who was featured in the movie The Secret. I think it came out around 2006 or something. And he is somebody who teaches paradigm, which is the subconscious programming. And I think his approach was very much geared towards helping people shifting the relationship with money, because a lot of people in the world struggle with that. But one of the things that I heard from him, and he had different things that he expressed. I have attended different in-person seminars and all that. And I was really into um, enjoying his approach of integrating the business world and the spirituality. And this one piece is not something that many people are aware of, but I kind of caught this in one of his interviews that he did with somebody else. And it became suddenly, right away, my favorite thing out of what he said. And this is what he said. He said that the soul is forever seeking its awareness of oneness with God. Yeah. And when he said that, and he said that so naturally and smoothly, and I needed to sort of, go back and replay again to hear multiple times to be able to write down what exactly he was saying, right? He said, the soul is forever seeking its awareness of oneness with God. I'm going to say that one more time. The soul is forever seeking its awareness of oneness with God. So I don't know, where you're at with the belief around who we are. Yeah. And this video is not, my intention is not to convince anybody with the belief that I have, but to share a perspective. So you can begin examining your perspective and how you're looking at yourself and life. And then if there's anything that needs to be shifted in order to match your desire, because this is the interesting thing, right? Your desire that you have, how you want to be showing up, how you want to be living your life is inside of you. And often, we have that, right, inside of us. But then there's another layer called belief about stuff that might be preventing us from executing, demonstrating, and expressing it for whatever reason. We might have gotten those beliefs when we were little, or we stop creating that from all the experience that we have had. So the idea and my desire of creating all these YouTube videos and any training that I do is to simply share my perspective, so people who are listening to watching can examine their own current perspective and see if that's serving them. That's the only purpose, right? So there you have it. So we are a spiritual being living in this physical body. So what that means is that you see, my body and my appearance, you're hearing my voice, and I'm saying what I'm saying based on the awareness that I currently have. And none of the things that you're seeing is me, but it's my body, and my voice is, the expression of what I want to share. But then the soul is invisible, but there's a deep fundamental knowing and deep fundamental calling. I'm here to call to do something. Yeah. And And then when we come to this physical realm, right, we have family, we have school, we have work, we have family, right? And we sort of, people get onto this sort of like a rail, and people start having life based on what they think life is. The path that they take is heavily influenced by the social norm, which I call invisible agreement. This is a sort of invisible agreement that exists in this field that people start conforming. You start doing this because this is how life is, because that's how most people are doing, right? Without questioning if that's really the optimum way for you and I to live to fulfill the soul's purpose. Because the soul was called here, right? And you start creating life based on what you see outside. And then you start sort of, most people start suppressing their, message and begin trying to fit into how the world operates. And then they're not happy. They're not joyful. They start wondering about life, right? So you and I are soul. And then we move towards creating happiness. We move towards feeling love. We move towards creating a life of freedom, a joy, and we want to be living at peace and at ease, right? So for some people, that can be the work that you're doing, the business that you're growing. It might be the arts that you're creating. It might be the relationship that you have. Anything that you're doing, interacting in the world, in this world, right? But then ultimately, everything that we're doing, the way we're doing, is to get somewhere, right? To get somewhere. Because life is not really, it'll be very meaningless and boring if all there is in life is going to school, get the job, pay for what you need to pay, and then get married, not get married, get divorced, some people, and retire, and anything that you want to do that others are doing, right? But there gotta be a deeper meaning, there's gotta be a meaning underneath of the urge of what we are wanting to do. So let's come back to the quotes that Bob said. The soul, you and I, is forever seeking, constantly seeking its awareness of oneness with God. So we are here to experience the oneness with God. We're here to experience that feeling of wholeness, the connectedness, the togetherness in the physical realm. But here's what I want to focus on and highlight. Notice that he didn't say, which is my favorite part of this, is he didn't say the soul is forever seeking the oneness with God. Why didn't he say that? Why didn't he say that the soul is forever seeking the oneness with God? Because the soul is already one with God. We have never been separated other than the illusion in the mind of separation. We have never been separated from God. That's why he said the soul is forever seeking its awareness of oneness with God. So the only thing that we need is to become aware that we are one with God. We have always been one and we forever be one, but we must become aware of it. The awareness of the oneness with God, the universal intelligence, that infinite power that exists us, because that's going to take us to experience wholeness, to demonstrate the connectedness, and to align with the oneness of where we came from. And by demonstrating where we came from, we're fulfilling the mission, why the soul is here, why each and every one of us was called to this earth plane, to demonstrate the oneness, to get back to remember the wholeness. That's why the physical world has differentiation, because only when we experience differentiation, you and I are different. You and I are uniquely different. You and other 8 billion people are uniquely different. Only by experiencing differentiation, we can remember the togetherness. Yeah. So the soul is forever seeking its awareness of oneness with God has been a profound teaching for me that I remind myself every single day to be aware that I am already one with God. Let me know if you have any question, any takeaway, please comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.